Alright, so the next thing here is we want to put our timing chain and gear set on. Now the crank gear on our small block Chevrolet, it is pressed onto the crank, so it will most likely be on your crank already. This gear has a timing mark on it, and you can see I've taken a metal marker and we've marked the location of our gear. And we're going to do the same thing on the cam gear. So the cam gear has a dot or a timing mark on it. We're just going to go in and we're going to put a metal mark. I'm going to put a yellow mark on that so we know where that timing location is supposed to be. Now, one thing that will really make this a lot easier, you guys, and keep you from struggling too much with this, is before you put your chain on, you want to take and you want to put your timing mark on your crankshaft. It's right down here, and it is at, I don't know if you can see that from that camera angle, but we're going to put that mark right there at 6 o'clock. It is directly in line, straight up and down with that cam right there. Then we're going to take and put your cam gear on without the chain. So there's a locating dowel there, and we're just going to go ahead and put our gear on. And if you put this gear on without installing the chain first, it's really quite helpful as far as lining these gears up. So we're just gonna, and you only need to put one bolt in it, and you can just get that bolt hand tight. And then you see where our mark is here, so we want to rotate our mark, and we just want to rotate that mark around until it is at the 6 o'clock position. It is pointing directly at my mark on my crank gear right there. So we have our marks at 6 here and 12 here, or what we call dot to dot. That is where your initial timing for the small block Chevy needs to be. So at that point, you just want to take this bolt out. Now be careful not to move the camshaft while you're taking this out. So just take the bolt out and very carefully take your gear off and bring it around until your mark is back up here at 12 o'clock. And then we're just going to hang the chain on. And since we lined up the cam already, you see it just goes right onto the locating dowel. Then we get our bolts in and we torque them to specs. Now once you get your timing bolts torqued, it might not be a bad idea to mark those just as a reference point so you know. And also line these gears back up. Make sure that they're dot to dot, and these are. So we're looking good on this. And that is cam drive installation.